Hi there, and welcome to Canada's Wonderland in late August for a closeout summer vlog for 2022. Haven't been here that much this year. In fact, have only been here once. And so much has happened. There's been fires, there's new attractions that have been announced, there's an attraction that was supposed to open that still hasn't yet that we're gonna check out. And it's not too busy because of the rain, so I'm going to try to get on as much as I can in a relatively short day here at Wonderland. It has taken me ages to get here, actually at Park Open, only a couple minutes after. So let's take advantage of it and follow the crowds we usually do to Leviathan straight on. I should probably go to Guardian first because that is a ride that has been rare for me to get as of late. But this might be my last chance to get on Leviathan for a while. So we'll do that, get my review. A lightly rain-soaked ride on Leviathan in its 10th year. I have to say, it's been running fantastic all year. What an incredible ride. Back seat row. It was about a 20-25 minute wait. 3-train operation today, but operation throughput's not so great. So I might come back to this ride before I leave. We'll see. It doesn't look like it's going to be too busy overall today. It's unfortunate that I'm not spending a full day at the park. But we're going to try to get on as many rides, well, the coasters, as we can before the day is through. So we're going to kind of zigzag through the park in order to actually achieve that, or so we hope. Ride in on Wonder Mountain's Guardian. Visuals looking pretty improved and well done. Like the clarity on the projections was great. The synchronization of the guns, not so much. Really could not make out which gun was actually my own as far as like what was actually connecting on the screen. Lack of sound as well. The sound is so low on this ride that you can't even make out at all. I'm trying now to see if I can find my score because the scores also were a bit confusing. Yeah, and as you can see, like people are out of focus on the cameras. Oh, there I am. I don't even have a score. So I'm on that ride, but I don't even have a score. So Tryotech take it for what you will. But there are definitely issues with that company when it comes to the interactivity of the ride. But perfect day to get Guardian in. I'm very happy that I got that credit, or I've already got that credit, but now I can say I've done it this year, as I probably won't do it again. And now we'll make our way through the rain, across the park, and see what else we can get in before we have to call it a day here, or before the rides are even called a day because of the rain here at Wonderland. A tremendous ride on the Prince of Coasters here at Wonderland Vortex. In the rain, it's not coming down too much, so it's actually not so bad. And, hello, there they go, off on the fantastic Vortex. Second car from the front, so a pretty decent ride on it. Get some great perspectives of the new Lazy Bear Lodge on the other side, which I'm definitely going to comment on before we leave. I'll probably cover most of the new stuff and the yet to open stuff at the end of today's vlog, as it looks like I'm getting some good pacing in here, trying to get as many coasters as I can before the end of the season. Well, not really the end of the season, but the official summer season here at Wonderland. But you wouldn't know it. You'd think it's May here with all this rain. All right, let's carry on. We got some big coasters to do. The Bat is closed, as is the Fly temporarily because of the rain, but the Bat is temporarily closed. Doesn't look like it's going to be open today. So I won't technically be able to get all the credits today if I wanted to. So we're going to do as many as we can and check out some of the new stuff, including, as I've heard, many new developments in the park since I was last here. Lots of new signage and features for Frontier Canada, including this new photo opportunity, which looks pretty decent. I'm sure it will look great during Screamfest / Halloween Haunt, as it's actually known. Talk about, however, is the fact that this plot of land behind me is not going to look the same next year, as Tundra Twister will be debuting here, a state-of-the-art, well, really only of its kind prototype, a Mondial Avalanche, which is a ride that, as I said, has no kinsmanship in the world. It kind of looks like a booster to me that has like 3 access points of rotation. But you know, there's no actual footage of the ride itself. The first of its kind will be directly here. You can see how actually slow it is today, as we get some good coverage of the area of which it's going to be installed. In fact, I'm not sure that any of these patio tables will be here. There are some speakers set up, I believe, for Haunt, where some speakers are set up here for the fireworks shows, which are not occurring currently, but there is one for the end of the season at Labor Day. We have a whole new perspective now out onto Wonderland from this vantage point, looking onto Lazy Bear Lodge. From this angle, it looks great, I will give it that. I do not like, however, its interaction. I'm not so sure how I feel about its interaction with Vortex on the bottom of the lift hill. Not so great. Really crammed in there. There's a transformer that's kind of right at the bottom of the second drop, which, you know, does not leave one much to inspire about, or to, you know, I don't know. It's a little uninspiring is what I'm saying. All right, let's carry on through the rain here and get on a couple more rides.
Welcome back, riders. We hope you enjoyed your ride. At this time, you can unfasten your seatbelt. Once the ride comes to a complete stop, you can exit toward the left. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Canada's Wonderland. Right on.
Fantastic ride on Yukon Striker. Rant warning coming up, as I'm really not happy, and I've probably said it in other vlogs many times, about the reception from other, enthusiasts that have said that this isn't such a great ride. It has one of my favorite elements ever on a coaster, in that wing over leading into the loop just on the other side of where I am now. It's really the highlight element of the ride. Fantastic helix. Great action-packed pacing all the way through. Sure, it's not as heavy or forceful as some of those older B&Ms that you get out there, but what is in the 21st century now anyway? It's a fantastic ride. It's beautiful, just to actually take in the scenery and the way it's situated in the park. There's really no comparison to it from aesthetic value here. Great ride. Had an awesome time on it. Might do another one because it was a walk-on in the single rider queue, as no one really was there until I used it for the first time just a second ago. All right, we're gonna make our way through. We got a couple more big coasters to do still. Buster on a rainy day will do yourself a favor, because it really is the only way to ride it, especially at night. Still one of the best out and backs out there. I've been on Shivering Timbers now, and this ride, well, it's definitely not on the scale or quite as epic as that ride. It still holds up, riding really well, rough in points. It takes that final helix so fast. The whole train basically hits that turn, and I'd say slams is more appropriate. I did get on the orange train today, my favorite train.
Juju's done. Motion sickness.
That's Behemoth done in another rain-soaked ride. Hasn't been too bad, because normally when you ride roller coasters in the rain, you kind of get completely assaulted with the rain in the eyes, but I haven't had that sensation too bad today. Not much really to provide it as an analysis of the ride, other than that first trim coming back after the hammerhead turn. Severely braked, so you actually got some ejector airtime from the braking at the summit of the airtime hill of that first one leading back to the station. But fantastic ride. Every ride has just been tremendous today. We really are spoiled here at Wonderland with some wonderful rides, including this ride, Sledgehammer, which is operating successfully again today. And because of that, it has a fairly significant line. Maybe we'll get on it later. I'm not so sure. We have about an hour left from the park and have a very limited amount of time to get a couple more credits in before we head out for the day. Like to entertain backlot today, but it is the longest line in the park for the most part, other than Leviathan, so I'm going to give it a pass. We're going to go to the other side of the park, capture some visuals, maybe get on a couple smaller roller coasters before I wrap up my day. It's been a successful day. I've been here 2 hours, and I've already done all the major coasters and Guardian in that mix as well. That's probably one of the most successful runs I've had at this park in quite a long time. There is one attraction that is yet to open here for 2022, and everybody knows what it is. That would be the Lazy Bear Lodge, which looks actually fantastic and is settling in here. Those of us that know Muskoka would say that this isn't anything too different from what we normally see up north. I will admit that these outdoor fixtures and fittings, including that fireplace, is something else, including this gent who will greet you on the way in. On the spot of this massive new facility, also known as the Mountain Bakery originally, but the Cookie Cafe has been set up right next door. Rather happy to see that, I will say. However, one peeve that I do have overall with the construction, or at least location of this particular restaurant, is how it's situated next to the lift hill for Vortex. When it opens, the entire servicing area for the ride is going to be right, or sorry, for the restaurant is going to be right next to where Vortex's main drop is. Essentially, you can already see fencing in on that side, blocking off a former view of the main drop, which now you're not going to get anymore, because that's where all the oil is going to be stored. And electrical, etc. Half an hour left in the park, so we're going to highlight what we said we were going to highlight, which is the location of the new roller coaster in the park, which I have not covered at all on this channel. But as you will probably know, is Snoopy's Racing Railway coming to Planet Snoopy. Let's go check out any progress so far.
than ducks? Now come on, let me sit. Stop by here. Let me sing a song.
So what was formerly the Dinosaurs Alive exhibit grounds has now been earmarked for this new roller coaster. In the back, or in the rear section of the Planet Snoopy area. There's not that many people here, which makes for a great opportunity to check it out. I forgot to highlight in the past during my walkthrough that this is one of the last features left from the Bedrock era of Wonderland. As you can see, the rock work clearly distinctive of the Flintstones. Now I believe in this back area here we can see any potential progress on Wonderland's 18th coaster. I will admit, after an investigation, there really isn't that much to see right now. Maybe a couple of landmarkings here and there, but nothing that really distinctively shows that there is something coming here. But if you do go, say, in this particular spot, where there used to be the aquarium entrance, life-size dinosaurs ahead. I never actually experienced this exhibit, but you do see landmarkings clearly indicating that something is coming here very soon. So sorry, life-size dinosaurs no longer going to be ahead for long. Unless there's a homage to that former exhibit in the new ride, which would be nice. Seem to always be stuck in this area in the rain. As I do my journey through the park now and wrap up this really brief day, and I'm not entirely sure whether or not it's because they're alternating ride operations, but I have now passed a few attractions which are closed, including Silver Streak, which if I'm going to be completely genuine, as I mentioned before, I'd be relatively disappointed if I was bringing my family here for a big day out and found that a couple of their major attractions, more than a couple, with the Bat, Time Warp, Flight Deck, Silver Streak, all closed. That's 4 of the coasters closed. I'd hate to be an enthusiast that had planned to be just here today to get those credits, because it would not be good. Not sure whether or not the park had posted that. Again, don't know whether or not the operations are alternating. But just a little curious thing to point out, as Six Flags just recently announced that they are cutting back on their own operations, and including Darien Lake not open today, which I actually originally was supposed to go to, which is why I'm here at Wonderland today. Even more ride operations. The Sugar Shack is open, but Maple Park Treehouse is not. So I've not actually been in Splashworks for, I can't even say how long. It's been ages, but I'm here for a couple reasons. I'm gonna get some good bits of the 2 attractions that you can't quite capture on the other side, but you can in Splashworks. And then also maybe cover the unfortunate loss of one of the park's attractions due to fire on the opposite side of here in this water park. We are right in the heart of what was the unfortunate incident from a couple of weeks back. This blue tarp is the original building that unfortunately caught fire and marked the end of this particular attraction, which doesn't actually look that fairly well damaged. to be honest. So look to it returning. Look to its return next season, potentially, I would say. You can see this is the location where the fire took place, or where the original slide was that's no longer there. Fortunately, just a small accident, and even more fortunate, this close to Minebuster, that no damage to the structure of Minebuster actually occurred. We're very lucky for that fact. Lo and behold, Mountain Bay Cliffs, the attraction that opened last year that I did not actually get to cover. There's nobody in the water park today, which actually, all things considered, you probably would want to be in the water park right now. The temperature is quite nice. It's not too rainy. I kind of wish I was taking advantage of it myself. However, just to say it was covered, there is the cliffs themselves. A pretty deep pool as well. I'd say it's pretty finished well, rather nicely. But yeah, considering it was a single attraction for 1 year, seems like a pretty underwhelming type of attraction. I have to wrap up my day here, or the final vlog of summer 2022. Of the summer, I said I wouldn't do any vlogs, but here we are. Opportunity presented itself, and what a perfect one it was to get all the major rides in today, which I did, and they all were running excellently. A little disappointing, however, as I mentioned earlier about the ride closures. For those people, unlike myself, have a platinum pass that can come here whenever you want. You may want those rides open if you're committing the time to come here. But if you want re-rides on all the major attractions on a day like today, you're definitely going to get them. Nice to also get Wonder Mountain's Guardian in for the first time in ages. I'm not going to say it was anything special, but at least I got to do it for the season. Hopefully maybe I'll be able to do the Zombies incarnation that runs during the haunt that I have yet to experience. When I said closures, I now have to take back my words, and maybe it is staggered opening times, because as you can see now, flight deck is in fact running. As it has already been covered this year, and I've been on actually 3, I believe, SLCs this year. I'm gonna give it a pass. I can't do my all roller coaster challenge anyway, so we're gonna move on from the park and return in the season when it's more sinister to cover a couple other rides later on in the year.
Yeah, it costs money. It's a drink pass. There's season pass, food pass.
So to wrap things up for today, a real successful 3 hours for me here at the park. If I was here the whole day, it probably would be one of the most successful days, as the park is open till 10. I will reiterate, when it comes to the ride closures, that it looks like they may be staggered. Therefore, you can get flight deck in now. I would imagine Time Warp will probably open up sometime later, and possibly the back. The kids coasters, however, I'm not so sure. Silver Streak will probably stay as is, but you never know. If you're watching the vlog and maybe you're here today and have an insight, and hopefully that's not affecting, say, Cedar Fair operations, that they're doing staggered closings too often, because it is still a summer day today. School is still out for the last time this week. The CNE is running in Toronto, so there is obviously that competing with Wonderland, which is equated to some pretty sparse crowds today. So because of that, definitely glad I made it in. And if you're thinking about it, you might want to look at these late August period days, weekday wise, as a good time to come. There is one final thing that we need to cover leading to our next vlog here, and actually the next couple of vlogs of content here at Wonderland. And that relates to this display here for Halloween Haunt. Highlighting all of the scare mazes that are to return, thankfully, this year at the park. As I will admit, last year was an underwhelming event. Not without its problems as well. As we do have a special history of this event coming up in the next few weeks. We'll no doubt go through some of these haunts to give you an idea of what is new and what is returning. So that's a wrap today and for the summer from Wonderland for 2022, at least for this channel, as Labor Day quickly approaches. And we have another day at the CNE coming up as well. So yeah, the schedule is getting quite tight. But we will be back, of course, for what is one of our favorite events overall every year, and that is Haunt, of course. Very satisfying day here in 3 hours. As I've emphasized, managed to get all the major attractions in very quickly, which is surprising. I could have even fit in a little bit more had I not been shooting. As always, guys, I thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and do all that you can to support the channel. We appreciate it, every minute that you spend with us, and hopefully many more.